on, good people? Welcome to this week's episode of Everyday People, Everyday Conversations. I'm one of your co-hosts, Tiffany D. Collins.
And I'm your girl, Tiffany Tiff Coach Joseph, and I'm going to drop nuggets tonight.
I'm your girl, Anika Roseboro, better known as
Nico Rico.
And what up, peace? What up, peace? This your guy, Vashawn, holding it down for the men and all the bros up there.
And make sure you all stay tuned until the end of the show, and make sure you chime into our main topic.
Yes, indeed. Come on up to Facebook and like and share our page, Everyday People, Everyday Conversations, and go on YouTube also catch us, man. Epic Talk Show, EP Talk Show. You can also Google it, hashtag Epic Talk Show.
Yes, indeed. So listen, y'all already know what time it is. It's Monday. It's 7 o'clock. So that means you need to be heading on over to your kitchen, get your water, get your juice, get your Kool-Aid, your soda, your wine, whatever it is that you drink, and get ready to talk to us because we're going to have a two-way conversation on tonight.
All right.
All right.
Listen up, guys. I know it's been a while again since we've had guests, but we don't have not one, but we have two special guests that have joined us virtually on tonight. So, y'all, let's welcome Miss Marilyn and Mr. Cedric.
Welcome.
Oh,
Yes.
Hello, everybody. We are so glad to have y'all here with us today because we really, with the economy and the things that are going on in our people right now, things are shaky. We are unsure, but we like and glad that y'all going to be able to share some of these tips to help us along our way. Okay? Thank you.
All right. So let's go ahead and get started because we definitely want to find out about financial success and retirement.
All right. So let's dig into it. Let's dig into it.
Okay, first, can you
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Marilyn Hines.
Hello.
And I am a financial specialist specializing in retirement.
All right.
My story is that I worked for over 35 years in the oil industry. And all I was told, make sure you're in the 401k, make sure you're in the 401k. That's all I was ever told. I'm like, okay, I'm in the 401k. I contribute to the 401k. I make sure when I retire, I'm going to be set. Well, guess what? Once I retired, I wasn't set because the 401k that I contributed to all those years, when I got ready to pull money down, I almost had to give Uncle Sam as much as I was pulling down.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was bad.
taxable.
Was it because you got it out too soon? Was it because you got it out too soon?
No, it was because I stayed the whole time. But whenever it was past the 59 and a half age where you pay penalty, it wasn't the penalty that bothered me. It's the taxes. And even to this day, anytime I pull money down from the 401k, I got to pay taxes. I was never told to pay on the seed. I was only told to contribute. And that was not the thing to do. So my goal, my new mission in life is to help everybody I know and see, especially the younger generation, to not have to go through that. It's not a good feeling.
Absolutely. And we just cannot wait to hear all that you're going to help us with tonight. So can you introduce yourself to us below you? Yeah.
Cedric Pearson is my awesome associate. He is the specialist in this area. He is is just full of knowledge and the things. I hope everybody has their pen and pencil ready to take notes because there will be lots of nuggets shared on this evening.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank
you.
Well, you know what? Thank you so much, Marilyn.
That's why we can replay it.
Yes.
You know what? Thank you, Marilyn. Can everybody hear me? I hear a little feedback. I'm not sure where it's coming from, but be careful. But
Yes,
anyway,
I can hear
guys,
you.
I just really want to, first of all, it is an honor, right? An honor to be on the Epic Talk Show, award winning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If I'm going to be somewhere tonight, this is where I want to be, right?
Absolutely. Thank
We
you.
definitely appreciate the invitation. And guys, there's a lot going on out here right now. People are really struggling, right? All the things, the high interest rates, when you go to the grocery store, you can't even feed your family like you used to. So, guys, we're a part of a financial empowerment movement. And our main objective is to get the word out that there's a different way, right? There's something else that can be done other than what we've been taught, right? So, a little bit about myself. I'm from Houston, Texas. Again, Cedric Pearson, born, raised right here on the South Side, right? South Side. All right, that's what it is, right? And so, my wife and I, we worked for over 45 years, but I know I'm just 40. I'm just 40, so this is hard to understand. Okay. It's hard to understand, but maybe we'll work it out, right? But guys, we work very hard. And like most families today in America, like most families in Houston, guys, we just wanted the best. We wanted to live the American dream, right? And that was get a job, get an education, get a job, and then they hit us with all these other things, right? I always say when you get a job, they walk you to the next department and they take half the money back because they got you doing 401ks and cancer insurance and that group term. And before you know it, you're barely taking the paycheck home. So when me and my wife, started slowing down, right? Because I'm not retired, right? I'm not retired.
You just 40.
You just 40.
Yeah, just 40. Guys, it's called a hybrid retirement, right? Hybrid retirement. That means we work a little and we play a lot. Okay? We work a little and we play a lot because right now there's no other way to do it. Did you know that most Americans are not going to be able to retire until age 72? Guys, and it's not, people always, we've been drilled in our mind to think, guess what? Retirement is 65. Okay. Well, retirement is not an age, it's a number. So we need to work on our numbers because we can retire. You guys can retire like I did, right? I'm not sure if I can share tonight because, you guys got me on this high-tech platform. I'm just used to that old Zoom thing. But if I could share, I would like to kind of go over what I call the 5 cornerstones of a solid financial foundation. Okay. So I don't know if this is going to work. If not, I'm going to talk my way through. And I hope you guys are here. And don't worry, if you have any questions, just reach out, put it in the chat and say, hey, we need to know more. We need to know more, right? So that's what we'll be doing tonight. I'm going to see if I can do a screen share. I'm not certain, but let's see. Let's see. Screen share with 2 monitors. Hold on.
Okay, let me interject for a second. Hey guys, if y'all are interested in your wealth, your retirement, and your future, all of y'all watching, while he is getting ready to screen share his work with you guys, take that time to go get you a piece of paper and pen because this is very, very important information. All right? So take the time to get that. Yeah, we get about 30 seconds to run to get your pen and paper.
I shared it. It's on another screen. Do I click that screen or you guys got to cut that screen on?
We have to cut.
Let's see if we can. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Oh, okay.
Boom. There we go. Wow. Y'all showing out tonight. I told y'all that's what happens on Epic when you want it.
Yes.
That's right. That's right. You can do
it. Guys, tonight we're going to be talking about just 5 cornerstones, and I won't be, I'm going to keep it brief, but I just want to give you guys a taste of what's happening. If you want more, you'll have to come to our financial empowerment. We hold those on Saturdays, right? So, guys, here's the deal. You have the 5 cornerstones is, and when you look at it, right, and I want y'all to write this down, guys, because these are the 5 things you need to conquer if you want that money, right? If you want to retire in a good life and try to do some things. You heard how Marilyn, she had to fight the taxes, right? When I got ready to retire and what was left, girl, they took my 401k, they beat that thing up and down, up and down. I got what was left. I was like, Lord have mercy. I had to figure it out. But good thing I had great information. So if you look at the top left, we talk about tax advantage. Now that first line says tax deferred growth. That's what we don't want, right? That's what Marilyn said. We want to pay taxes on our seed, not when the flower gets this big, right? Because we have no way of knowing what taxes will be in the future. I mean, did anybody sign a contract with Uncle Sam that says 20 years from now I'll only pay 15%? No. He's kind of got us, on the hook for whatever they decide to do, guys. And let me tell you this: America is $35 trillion in debt. There is no way they're gonna get out without raising taxes.
Absolutely.
So part of what we do is we talk about tax advantage accounts, and we'll go over some of that. All right, so that when you have your money, you can make tax-free loans to take care of your family, send your kids to college, do the things you need to do, save your money in a better place. All right, not subject to state tax, and we just show people how to preserve their assets. Okay, now I'll ask you guys, right, and if they out there, put it in the chat. Does anybody have anything that's tax deferred that they don't have to worry about paying taxes later? Just thumbs up or thumbs down, or just put yes or no in the chat, right? Okay, now let's get on. All right, I can't see the chat, but I'm sure some things are happening, right? Hang on, chat. All right, there we go. We got some live viewers. Thank you, Tiffany and Melvin and all you guys. He's 59, right? Okay, he's just a baby. All right, now let's look at growth and safety. Okay, now this is the part that confused me all my life, right? Because I understood that you had to have losses to make gains, right? Would we all agree that? Everybody would agree that?
Yeah.
Hey, to make money, you had to be prepared to lose money, right? Well, guys, that's not true. That's not true. We work with our clients to make sure you get growth and safety, right? I mean, how many of you would love to have compound interest, right, on your money like they do on those credit cards, right?
Yes.
So, Merlin, is that you got some feedback? And you can just hit mute on your mic. Let's see if that's some feedback right there. Or it might be me because y'all know I talk, right? But anyway, we want to show you how to compound money. Everybody understand compound, right? There we go. Compounding money to make sure, guess what? Your money grow like those credit cards, but only in your favor, right?
Right.
We want you guys to understand you can participate in market growth, right? But you can protect yourself from losses. You can beat inflation. And also, you can be creditor protected because if you make a mistake, they're coming after your money. All right? So I always ask, do you have growth and safety of your money? Do you have money where you can grow it and never lose a dollar? Thumbs up or thumbs down, right? I'll get the answers later. And then we look at what we call lifetime income. All right. I see y'all having a good time over there. I can see everybody. All right. Y'all probably going, ooh, do I have growth and safety or just growth and loss? Right. So, but that's okay. That's okay. You were like me, right? I lost a bunch of money. But one of the things we talk about is lifetime income. And I got news for you guys, right? Did y'all know with AI, some of y'all going to live to be 120 years old? Huh? Because, they're coming up with all this new technology to get us to live longer. Well, if we're going to live longer, we're going to have some lifetime income. Would y'all all agree?
Right.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Got to have some lifetime income, right? Because I know one thing. If they get me to 110, I don't want to be working until I'm 95. All
you
right.
want to have some money.
I want to have some real dinero, some money, right? So we talk about lifetime income. Now we got to cover that, we want to get you some guaranteed income for life. So when you start getting that money, you get it till you pass, whether it's 100, 120, 130, right? And I'm not talking about Social Security because if you don't watch these boys up there, they trying to cut it out. We don't know what's next, so we gotta put our own jacket on and get ready to save ourselves because we want to cover the retirement gap. Everybody has a retirement gap. Just think about it. Could you take a 50% of cut and pay right now? No,
No.
absolutely not, right? Well, when you get older, you still can't do it because you still got houses. You know, we young, we buying houses at 50, cars, brand new cars, all that stuff. So we gotta have money. So we teach people how to pay off debt, how to live an awesome lifestyle, travel and have vacation and a great quality of life because that's what the American dream is about, right? Now, let's get into something really, really serious, okay? It's called life protection. We call it living benefits. We're the living benefits people. I'm sure. Have y'all heard of living benefits before?
Yes.
You have. Okay. Well, what that basically means is you don't have to die to get your money, right? If
Yeah.
you get a terminal illness, a critical illness, chronic illness, critical injury, all of that stuff, right? Critical injury, car accidents, all of that. Would you like to have access to $300,000 or $400,000? I call it having like a black card in your pocket. And
Right.
if I give you guys a black card, if they pull, if you on the stretches, just say call Maryland. All right, Maryland got my check. She's gonna bring it over here to the hospital, and we're gonna be good. All right. So, guys, life protection is important because even if you get all the other stuff together, you want to make sure that as we travel the X curve of life, right? When we get on the other side, we're protected. And we're not a burden to our families, to our children, right? Because they're already in a tight situation. And many of you are in what I call the sandwich generation, where you're raising a family and trying to take care of the elders at the same time. So the best thing you can do is make sure that you're protected, okay? And the last thing I want to talk about, right, is access to your money. I heard Mary said, I got my money, I had to pay taxes. Somebody said, was you 59 and a half? Because you all know the rule, right? Even though it's your money, you gave it to them, they're in control of your money. Whether it's 10% or if you pull it all out, you got to pay taxes plus a penalty. Guys, doesn't make sense, right? Why are we giving these people our money to play with our money and it's our money, right? Doesn't make sense. And then the other thing is I always joke with people. I said, when the last time you went and paid a visit to your money? You know, check on it and see how it's doing, right? So you need to have access to your money when you need it. If you're 30, 40, 50 years old, it doesn't really matter, okay? So guys, that's tax-free money where you can get tax, no penalties, no age restrictions, and no qualifications, all right? We all good on those five cornerstones? All right, I think I'm shaking them. I might be shaking the mic, guys. Y'all tell me I'll slow it down a little bit, right?
Oh no, you good.
Good. Okay, I didn't know because they told me yesterday, don't get too close to the mic. You get too fired up. So let's talk about how money gets taxed. All right, because this is real important. Most people really don't know, right? When you talk about tax now money, that's like you get paid, your money goes to your bank account, right? Money taxes has already been paid. You know, in a bank account, it takes 72 years to turn $1 into two. And that's a whole nother program. Okay. We put it on banks, CDs, stocks. We go buy stocks, mutual funds, and all that. And guess what? If you make some money, they hit you with capital gains. It's like no taxation without representation. Well, I definitely had a representation in that deal, as I would have told them, don't charge me no more taxes, right? Then you look at what we call the tax later bucket. That's what 99% of us are holding our retirement accounts because we don't know nothing else to do with it. They figured out, hey, if they don't know what to do with it, let's help them out. That's when they come out with things like 401ks, 403bs, RAs, all these different fancy things, right? These are all assets that are held in retirement account. And Marilyn, I'm sorry to tell you that you didn't learn this earlier, but that's why you got hit over the head when you went to get your money, even after 59 and a half. Uncle Sam is standing there waiting. He wants his money. All right. We promised him to it, and you got to give it to him. So what we prefer to talk about is tax advantage accounts. Okay. And one of the things, of course, Roth IRAs are a good way, but Roth only has one objective, right? It can lose money up or down, but you don't have to pay any taxes at the end. But step 702, all right, get the pen out, write that down, 77028, right? That's another retirement strategy they really don't talk about, a money strategy where you can save as much money as you want inside of a life insurance policy and grow it as big as you want, as big as the policy is, and never owe a time a dime. So they would tell us about 401k, but not 7702 plan. Okay. I'm sure I'll have questions about that later. Now, as we get ready to roll this thing down, we got to stop the bleeding, right? Stop the money flow. Make sure that everybody understands these three buckets right here. Okay. Now, the lines inside of these cards represent your money. All right. Now, based upon that, just looking at the line, if anybody want to answer, where would you put your money? Fixed, variable, or index?
Indexed.
I don't know who answered that question, but make sure she get the prize at the end of the show. Because in a fixed account, I call this the home of the dead president. Them boys ain't gonna never rise up and do nothing for you. Okay? They're only gonna get
Mr. Pearson.
All right.
Mr. Pearson.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? I was wondering, do you have two devices running like your
I
phone?
cannot hear you. There's I cannot. Okay, try it again.
We're just trying to find out what's the problem with the mic. So he's trying to see if it's on your end or if it's on your end.
I'm sorry.
So do you have more than one device?
Marilyn, maybe you can. Maybe I could hear you. What did he say?
I think if you let Anika or Tiffany ask the question, the mics are different.
Hello.
All right, that sounds better.
Hello.
Okay, I think it's his mic that might be having a problem. Okay, go ahead, ask the question.
Okay, everything is great now. Let's go. I think it was Marilyn's mic.
Okay, so Marilyn, we'll bring you back in. We temporarily muted you, but we'll bring you back in. Okay.
Okay. All right. All right. Good. Now, what is the question? Was there a question on the floor?
No, we was talking about indexes.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going from left to right because I wanted to tell you about them boys in the fixed index. They never going to grow. Them presidents ain't never going to stand up and help you none. They going to get beaten up by inflation. Okay. Then when you talk about variable market, that money, that look like the stock market is going up, it's going down. It's going up, it's going down. Just imagine our money has been getting beat up for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years in that stock market. And just in the last 3 weeks alone, we had a report that came out this morning that trillions of dollars got lost just in the last few weeks by one person just saying one thing. So we have to be careful with our money. It's time for us to shut it down and say, wait a minute, time out. Because if my money's going up and down and I have no control of it, then we got to figure that out. What's a better way? Well, the better way is indexing your money. Guys, if you index your money, guess what? That money's only going to go up, right? As you can see on my screen, these little dots are locks. Your money locks in place and it doesn't go down with the market. That's indexed accounts. And that's what we do no matter whether we do annuities, insurance policies. We do not believe in putting our money at the market risk because we know the markets are shaky, right? Mm-hmm. And right now, for the next 4 years, every time that man opened his mouth, somebody gonna lose some money. And if you're close to retirement, you gotta be careful.
Amen.
Every time, guys. In the last few weeks, I'm not going to turn your show into that, okay? But anyway,
I feel your pain.
We got to learn what to do with our money, right? And make it happen. Okay. So, guys, just what we do is we partner with the people who never lose money, right? Now, I want to let y'all in on a little secret. Life insurance is not for funerals. Okay. We've been led to believe in our community that, oh, yeah, get a policy. And when you die, somebody gets some money, right? Well, I don't want nobody standing over me waiting for me to die to get no check, okay? I want to use that money right now, okay? Because Uncle Sam said I could grow it tax-free inside of a policy as long as you don't make it turn into a modified endowment contract, right? And we know how to do that. We know how to structure this because we work with the people who have been in business not losing a dime for over 175 to 200 years. See, we didn't understand these people are financial, right? They're not Wall Street, but guess what? They handle money better than anybody. If you look to the right, our whole main objective is to grow, get the growth of our money, make sure our money is safe, make sure it's tax advantage, and make sure it's protected. If we can get those four things and then have access to it, come on, that's a home run, right?
Yeah,
So
that's
I'm going to show you
amazing.
an example. Now, I don't know if you can see this. Maybe we'll have to do it some other time. But here's a young lady who was 35 years of age who started saving $6,000 a year, right? In just an IUL policy. By the time she was 47, right? She had over $92,000 of cash flow. Cash flow. All right. Money she could take out and send her kids to college, money she could take out and buy a home, whatever. Because people, and I heard somebody before go, well, you got that money costs money. Yeah, but guess what? If you making 10% on the money or more, and they only charging you 5%, they got a word for that in America called arbitrage. That means you borrowing money on the negative side. And it's not coming out of your money because your money continues to grow, and then you still back with $500,000 worth of living benefits, right? Crazy. And then guess what? By the time this person age 62, they can start receiving over $38,000 a year back in their pocket every year, and still have money to leave for their family. See, that's how the five cornerstones work. So basically, what we do is we wrap it up here. Is we build personalized programs for everybody, right? We provide liquid assets. We want to make sure that they're safe, and you earn money. Earn your returns, earn money, and easy to get to your money. Unlimited tax-free potentials. Our plans and protects you and your family from unknown disasters at any time in the excurable life, and our strategies provide you with only downside risk. Okay, I'm gonna figure out how to stop sharing, and then
Oh, we got you.
you got me. All right, cool.
Are,
So,
are you done with this?
yes, ma'am.
All right,
Yes,
we
ma'am.
got you.
Yes, ma'am. All right.
All
So
right, thank you.
that's the basic five cornerstones. I hope that has been helpful to you guys, and kind of give you something to think about, something to talk about, right? So wow, but we're here, right? We're not going nowhere. All right, we're right here. Did you have anything? Did you kind of get a little bit of that?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
So what? We have questions, of course.
Oh yeah.
So when you say our, who are you speaking of? What company are you speaking of, or what group?
Well, when I talked about, you remember the screen when I had like 10 companies on there?
Uh huh.
Yeah, those are the companies that we work with, right? National Life Group, Nationwide. All these companies have money, all right. And if you access the money right, it's right there laying on the table waiting for you. So no, it's not me personally in Maryland. We don't have that kind of money, but we deal with the people who have money, who don't lose money, because these companies don't lose money, right? They don't put your money at market risk.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
So
So
is it a minimum amount that you
there's
have?
no, well, depending on what you do, there's two type of ways to grow money, okay? And most people, and let's talk a little bit about retirement, okay? So you get to 59 and a half, and then you go knock on the retirement door, and they say, well, you got 200,000, right? But 200,000 not gonna last you long,
Not at all.
especially, right? We talk in one of my programs, I tell people you can
Have
save $500,000, and if you spend $40,000 a year, you're gonna be flat broke in 12 years. Okay. So what we do is we show people how to stagger that retirement by taking 50,000 and put over here and get it in 7 years, another 50 and get it another 7 years. Let that thing grow, because these companies are paying money to get money. You can sell your money to insurance companies. How about that?
Okay.
Okay, go right ahead with the question. I hope that answered it. But as far as in IULs or life insurance, it's just we generally say, why, if you've already been saving in a 401k for 10 or 15 years and you're putting away $6,000 a year and you know it's going to grow and create taxes, then maybe you need to put some tax-free, diversify your bucket of money so that you have some non-tax, because Social Security is taxed. When you get to be 65 years old, right, or 66 years old, and you take that money early, guess what? They're only going to let you make $1,800 a month. You make $1 more than that, you up to 50% taxes. And if you got a spouse and y'all making some money, they could tax you up to 80%. Guys, they got us all in a barrel, and we really got to work hard to get out of it. That's why we work with people on retirement, how to set it up, long-term care, all of those things that we need.
So, Mr. Pearson, I have a question for you. So, I worked for the state of Texas for almost 11 years, and I'm no longer with the state, but I have a TRS. And my TRS, because I'm no longer employed with the state, it accumulates 2% every year. So, would you recommend I take it out of TRS and put it, or just leave it there?
Absolutely not. The money you see in a TRS account, don't even worry about it. Okay.
Okay.
Because when you get ready, see, even though you're not working for them, you're going to meet 65 and 5 one day. Okay. When you get to be 65 years old and you got 5 years with TRS, you're eligible for retirement. Okay. Now that could be $500 a month, $600 a month. But when you start taking that times 12, times 20 or 25 years, that's a lot more money that's in that account. Okay.
Okay.
We work with educators all across the Houston area, and we do just that. We go in and we educate them on TRS, and we tell them don't touch that money because that money could be worth millions. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we move to part 2. How do we close that retirement gap? Oh, she just found out she got some money.
No, I was debating because I found out since I'm no longer working with the state of Texas, it's only accumulating 2% interest, and I'm like, well, could it accumulate more interest somewhere else?
Well, what's going to happen is when you get ready, and we can always meet one-on-one because we do TRS evaluations, okay? And I can tell you right down to the dime what you'll get at age. But since you're not there, you're not going to hit the rule of 80. So if you're not going to hit the rule of 80, the next stop is 65 and 5. And let me tell you something. If you get $500 a month out of TRS for the rest of your life, that's a lot of money in retirement. We don't understand. Hey, when you get,
and then they match it too, because so not only the 11 years that I put in, but the state of Texas, they match it. So
what happens is it's 2 for 1. But if you're not there getting the 1, you only going to get a point for your age, not for your years of service.
Yeah. Y'all believe that alone.
Yeah. Don't worry. Hey, meet with us. We're gonna go over it and we'll show you exactly what you'll receive. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
The calculation is years of service times 2.3 gives you a percentage, and that's the percentage of your top 5 salaries.
Okay.
So you might want to go back and swing a mop for a few years and get a little bit more, get a higher salary. Or
one for the state.
Right.
I'm teasing. Okay. But whatever your top 5 salary is, it's going to be years of service times your 2.3 times your top 5 salaries.
Okay. That's good to know. I've been wondering that because I'm like, okay, could I be accruing more interest? But no, I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah, leave
it
alone.
It's not the money you see, right? And that's where teachers make mistake, and educators is they go in there and they say, oh, I've been working 30 years, I got $80,000. Then they quit and take the money. Then they turn around and come back 2 years later and then lost everything.
Yep.
Okay, so leave it alone, because who knows? You might
leave that alone. You have answered my question. Yes, sir.
All right. I hope that answers your question. Yes, ma'am.
How do you determine how much money is enough for retirement?
Well, we do a dime, right? Now, a dime generally says, what is my debt? What is my income? What's my mortgage left, right? What's, do I have any more kids? And then y'all know we're gonna be helping with them grandkids, okay? We don't get no break. So once you start looking up, what's that yearly, what's that monthly deal gonna be, right? I tell most if it's $3,000 or $4,000 a month times 12 times 20, that's the type of money you need, right? And the very first thing I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, to do is go to Social Security, SSA.gov. Go ahead and log into your account and get to see what's up. Go ahead and put your numbers in there and say, hey, when I hit 67, or some of y'all look so young, they might not let y'all out till y'all 70. Okay. And then when you get there, then it's gonna tell you, hey, based upon my quarters, which you gotta have 40 quarters, based upon my quarters, I'm gonna get 3,000 a month. Okay, well now we got 3,000 to work with. That's one bucket. Then we got the TRS bucket. Then we got annuities. We take them 401ks, right? And if you 59 and a half right now, guys, make sure you reach out to Marilyn, because don't leave your money in the market right now. And you on the 10-yard line, okay? The worst thing can happen is we hit 2008 or 2000 again, and you lose 40% of your retirement. Take it off the table. Let us put it up in a safe place that still grows money. But that's how you start to calculate what you need. Now I'm gonna tell you, don't go out at 55. I mean, I see it happen every day, right? I know we're young and everything, want to live to 120, but don't stick yourself in that 30-year, $3,500 a month note, right? Unless you know your calculations is there. The money you need to survive on is there. So we work with you and we start working up a budget. Then we come back with you and we start working with you on a yearly basis, 6 months. We do financial needs analysis. Now check this out. Financial needs analysis. Most of these high polluting over in the Galleria, John Bond and Juan up on the 44th floor, you go up there, right? They're going to charge you some real money to tell you what you need to do. Marilyn and myself, we're part of OIC, our infinite company, right? And we do that at no charge. That's our mission. We're on a mission, guys. And we got to help families. We got to help people, right? We got to, we want to be the money people in the community to show people, yes, you're going to be okay. But they got to know and they got to understand and follow a plan.
Absolutely. Okay. And I have another question in the comments. Keitra asks, what if you're a 1099?
If you're a 1099 right now, congratulations. That means you're an entrepreneur, right? That means you out there making a hustle all by yourself. They got good news for you. You got two ways to do it, right? One is a Roth, because a Roth, you can save money tax free, right? But if you're depending on age and amount of money you want to sell, that's when we start looking into the insurance sector, right? Not so much. We're going to do a Roth for retirement, a little bit over here. Then we're going to get you some protection, right? And grow you some money tax free. So entrepreneurs, they got to watch out, because nobody's going to be there to take care of them but themselves, right? So that's why we have to take special care with them, work up a special plan so that they can understand, yes, they can save money in a Roth, right? We do it at 6% and make sure that they have the money they need when they want to need it. Okay. All right.
Mr. Pearson, you disappear. We can hear you. We can't see you.
Well, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
Give them nuggets.
Put your camera back on.
I don't know if I can. I don't know. Hang on. It's
well, we can definitely hear you.
All right. Well, if you can hear the words that are coming out of my mouth, right? Amen. I tell you what, Marilyn, you move your lips and I'll keep talking. Okay. I don't know what happened.
Oh my goodness.
Right? Looks like the camera was unplugged. Oh,
it's
wow.
okay.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Any other questions?
Marilyn, did you have anything you wanted to add?
As far as what was the question?
Oh, he was just, I guess because we can't see Mr. Pearson no more. We was trying to see if you wanted to add anything on top of everything that he basically just expounded on.
Well, I'd say ditto to everything he has expounded on. I'd like to stress, because of the volatile market, the season that we're in, as far as 401ks, that those that have 401ks that can make a decision to put them in a safe place, that they do that. It is critical because you're losing money that you don't have to lose. I know there's several of my peers that have that situation. They have worked hard for their money, and the market hasn't been bad lately, but we got 47 in and things are changing. So we need to make sure we put our money in a safe place.
Okay.
I'm still here, guys.
So at this point, you think that 401ks are risky?
Watch your mic, Marilyn.
You gotta
Okay.
mute one more. You gotta mute one of them.
Turn
Mute.
it on and on. Okay, we good. We good. I don't want to hit the wrong button because I might.
So Marilyn,
Yes.
okay, it's hers.
Mhm.
So do you think that hold on.
You gotta reschedule.
So I'm a mute you, and then I'm gonna put you back on when you talk.
Okay.
So do you think that the 401k is a safe place?
The thing is, those of us that have 401ks, we cannot get out of the situation where we have to pay taxes. Taxes
Okay.
are going to have to be paid on that money whenever we pull it down. But we can put it in an account, in a solution that has a zero floor where we don't lose any money.
Okay.
Okay. There are solutions that we have with the businesses that we use. There are several solutions that we can put 401k money where you don't have to lose. Your account will have a zero floor. It will only go up. It will never go down. You will never lose.
So, Miss Marilyn, we have one question in the comments. Someone wants to know what is the interest that these strategies offer?
Say that again.
What is the interest that these strategies offer?
You gotta mute that.
Well, I can answer that, Marilyn. These strategies offer crazy numbers, right? What we do is we try to keep it because we don't want to scare America, all right? So they like when we're doing IULs, we work them at 6%, right? But the market over the last 20 years averages about 13 to 15% or higher, right? And then with annuities, it just gets crazy, right? So we can't, but then again, though, we don't, we're not going to say we got a crystal ball. We can only go about what has happened, right? And predict the same for the future. So, interest rates, they go up and down. But the main thing is and a lot of the programs we have, and now I'm getting into something where you got to put out a calculator. They got participation rates, right? If a market does 10% on an IUL, you could get 225% participation. Now, guys, I got to pull out my calculator. I'm not going to do that, but it's some real money being made. Okay, the main thing is make you some money. And guys, let me tell you this here. And America, if you listen, if you don't have money, you buy money. Okay. I know that sounds strange. People say, can you buy money? Yeah, Marilyn's selling money every day. Okay, how much y'all want? She'll sell it to you, right? So, guys, buy you some money and be prepared for the future as you grow into that money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, I have a question on Cedric. How can someone access money from a policy while they're alive?
Okay, well, there's two ways, right? Of course, we talked about access and money is like the loans. You remember when I showed that screen where I said, hey, this person had $40,000 sitting in the policy. That's your money. You can access that money, right? But your money is still growing at the original rate, right? You just borrowing against a death benefit. That's number one. Now, we had a lady in our company, God bless her, right? She had stage 4 metastatic breast cancer, right? She was only 47 years old when she got diagnosed. She bought a $2 million policy and was paying $75 or $100 a month because of the way it was structured. When the doctor told her that she was not going to live for 2 years, guess what? They wrote her a check for $1.5 million. Made her bank account look like a long distance telephone number. Okay. But guess what? God is good. She lived, right? She beat that cancer, but she didn't have to get her money back.
Her money. That's what I'm talking about.
She didn't have to get her money back, right?
Yeah.
So that's how you access money while you're alive, guys. You want to have money in case you don't live. You want to leave your family a legacy. You want to make sure that, we got to stop this in our community about saying, about not leaving money. And then if we do get sick, we need the money. I tell single people, if you ain't married or got somebody that's gonna take care of you, you better buy you some money and be ready to go. Okay. So that's how you access money from a policy when you are still alive.
And I have another question. I guess Nicola with the
And
question.
then after this, we're gonna announce some of our viewers.
Okay.
Okay.
Can an IUL really be used as a personal bank?
Yes, it can be, okay, with the proper, we hear a lot of TikTok and all these people saying, yeah, be your own bank, and yeah, that's true, but they're not telling you, they're not there to take care of you, right? So yeah, you can use the money, right? If you fund the money, like you've been funding them 401ks. As you fund the IUL, and I showed it to you on the screen, where if you got $50,000 in there and you need $10,000 to go buy a house or buy some property, rental property, guess what? It's a phone call away. You don't have to lie and say my roof just blew off. You don't have to come up with all these stories about your money. It's your money, and it's time we understand. Let's put our money in a place where we can access it tax-free. Remember, that was part of the 5 cornerstones, is being able to access the money when you need it. Now, you can pay it back, or you can just let the interest keep growing and growing and pay that other bucket back. There's so many different ways, especially when you have time on your side. See, time and money time is your most important asset, right? If you guys are coming to our financial empowerment on Saturdays, we show you the rule of 72 by Albert Einstein, and he show you, right? And then we talk about how much money do you need to save to make $1 million or $2 million? Guys, everything is simple, right? We just make it difficult because we just been following the herd and getting slaughtered all at the same time.
Right. So we're gonna take a minute, and we're going to first of all, we want to thank you all again for joining us and for providing such a plethora of great information. We're going to take a moment and we're going to acknowledge some of our viewers because they have really been chiming in and asking some good questions. So I see Mr. Melvin Marshall, Orlando Farrell, Lola Johnson, Mr. Donna Owens. He said, hey to all of us beautiful ladies. We love you too.
What up, Pops?
We got Cassandra Combs chiming in. And who else we got? We got Chris Bryant chiming in. We got D Jaspers chiming in. Who else we got, y'all?
We got Jerry Mosley chiming in. He said, yes, she is telling the truth. I experienced the same exact thing with my 401k. That's Reverend Mosley from the church. Cheryl Harris is watching us today. Sis Coach is watching us today, and she said, "Woo woo woo woo." Gerald Moore is there, and he's interested in the lifetime income. Gerald Franklin is here, and thank you.
Okay.
Wow, we're gonna put that link in the chat in a minute where they can fill it out and get with us. Okay.
Absolutely.
That's right.
We need to go into the churches and spread this mission all over the place because our people need this. All right. And that's why we're here today. That's why we're with the financial empowerment movement, because it's a movement. We got a
few more. We have a few more people that we need to send a shout out to.
What happened now?
We got a few more people that we need to shout out.
Shout them out. Let's go.
So we have Carolyn Hill, Mick Sharp. We have Nice. We have Keitra. We have Gary Roseboro. We have my sister Alethea. We have Amani. We have Tony Williams, Nakia Sanders, my classmate. We have DJ, Sister Woo Woo Woo.
Woo 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 Woo.
We have my sister Marcella. We have Netta Dupree, my schoolmate. We have Amaya, Sean Tootie, and that's it. Thank y'all for chiming in.
Yeah, and I got everybody that.
Bryant.
And I have everybody that did Anika hands because I'm sharing her page.
So, and before we move forward, we have a couple of more questions here. So,
and Kenya, I'm sorry.
So we have Miss Chris Bryant. Thank you so much for chiming in.
Mm-hmm.
So she said, but our people will not invest. They will spend this money in crab legs, but it is hard to get them to pay the monthly to see the big results. And then we also had another question from Mr. Orlando Farrell. He said, how do you minimize the taxes if you roll your money out if you had $1 million in 401k?
Call me.
You might have put your information in the chat here.
Go right ahead and call us, guys. There are certain ways, there are certain things you can do. What was the first question from the other young lady?
What's your phone number? What's your phone number?
Oh, okay. I think we'll get Marilyn's numbers.
Okay.
You got to. I'll put a. I thought we'll put a little link in the chat where they can fill it.
Anika has it. Anika has contact
Okay,
information.
all right.
No, we're just trying to share it with our guests.
With the viewers.
Yeah, 281-657-5904. Okay, I got a 1-877 number. 281-657-5904. Just text us more info, right? And say, hey, you seen me in Maryland, and then we're gonna get your free financial needs analysis. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
Got it.
Say, Mr. Cedric, I have a question for you.
Go right ahead.
I know that municipal bonds are non-taxable. Is that a good idea to invest your money into municipal bonds?
You know what? The very first thing about municipal bonds is they're not going to give you the type of returns you're going to get in an IUL. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you do a municipal bond, okay, then you got a little investment that's growing there, right? But if you get sick, and you need $300,000 or $400,000, can you call them to send you the money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Will they pay you more money than you have in it? Guys, the power of IUL is so strong. One of my partners calls it the Rolls Royce for financial instruments. Okay, so it's like, why invest in something that doesn't back you up 2 or 3 times? Okay. Yeah, you can municipal bonds. Yeah, that's cool. That can be a part of your portfolio, but the biggest part of your portfolio better be backing you up so that if something happened to you, you got the money you need for an unforeseen situation that could happen, right? Your family has the money they need to take care of you, right? So yeah, once you get $1 million policy, like Mr. Orlando, you get $1 million policy or 401k. And they got strategic rollouts for that young man, right? When you can strategically roll that money out over a 5-year period and just lessen the blows, right? But the blows are still coming. If you gave Uncle Sam that money, guess what? He gonna get his part. So yeah, there's different financial instruments, but when we get to talk about retirement, you need backup, right? You need your money when you need your money. It needs to be backed up, right? And be ready for anything that life throws at us. Guys, life throws a lot of curves, so we just got to be ready for each one of them. And
I have a question.
Go right ahead.
I have a question. I would like to know a good strategy on how to diversify your money.
Okay. For retirement?
Yes.
Okay. Well, when I meet with people, when we do a financial needs analysis, number one is if you already got a 401k, good. That's already done, right? So I would block that off, right? Because if you've already been putting money into it for 15 or 20 years, then good. You can't touch it till you're 59 anyway. So that's one sector, right? One sector. And then you look at if you have other monies. People sell houses. They got second homes. They got rental property they tired of dealing with. We take those money, and I did the same exact thing. I had some rental property. I was tired of going over there, right? I was like, I'm not going back over there. Don't call me no more. I'm not the plumber, right? I told my wife, you want to be the plumber, go right ahead. I sold that property, right? Then I took that money and I put it up because remember I told you insurance companies buy money, right? Yeah. As soon as you sell it to them, some of them in the last year was giving 20%. So if you had $100,000, you sold your rental property and you put $100,000, you promised to set it over there where you could still access your funds. They automatically gave you extra 10,000, 20,000 on top of that to grow. So that's another sector, right? And then we look at protection sector where you know, the IUL, right? Where or either if you can do an IUL, if you can't afford it, then you get a term to back you up, right? But there are 3 or 4 different sectors you can grow in so that when you get ready to retire, you got the money you need. And see, retirement, as I said earlier, you know, retirement is not an age, it's a number. So as you start to build this foundation, right? And guys, we haven't even gotten into trust tonight, uh, 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 wills, healthcare directives, power of attorneys, protection. You know, it's a lot to get ready for the future, right? And that's what we do, guys. We try to get our clients ready for the future. So yeah, there are different ways, but the one thing I'm going to tell you don't do, okay, is don't put your money back in the market, okay? Index your money, right? Index your money, because if you don't have 40 years, and remember, it's going to be an up and down railroad ride. Index your money, get on the smooth side of life, and enjoy life and sleep good at night, like I did the last 3 or 4 weeks when they was over there tearing people up, tearing them up. And if you got a 401k, you think I'm playing, go check tonight when you get off of here. Go and look it up. Go visit your money and say hello. How you doing, money? I know I wasn't here for you last week, right?
So we getting close to the end of our hour.
And we have another question on here too.
Where's the best place to put your money if you have about $60,000?
$60,000 is a good investment, right? It depends on how much time you got, but guys, I cannot tell you the power of annuities. Okay, it's been in other communities for so many years. They get 50,000, they go buy an annuity. Right? They get 60,000, they go buy an annuity, right? Especially if you got it sitting in your bank account, because I already showed you. Remember, I told you about those dead presidents? They ain't gonna never wake up and do anything for you. So it's not doing you any good sitting there, right? So put it in a place where it's gonna grow and don't lose money. And if you 60 years old, by the time you 70, it could be 120, 180. That's how money works in today's market. You just got to be on the right side of money. Right. And I hope that we were able to help you guys get there tonight.
And so, Mr. Pearson, I have one more question for you in the comments. So Lola Johnson wants to know, if you have a 401k on your job, how can she roll over and still have the money taken out of her check?
Well, depending on her age, because remember, when we give our money to a 401k, it no longer belongs to us. All right. And I say that facetiously, but it's true, because you can't touch it. You can't do anything. Now, when you hit the magic number 59 and a half, right? Pick up the phone and call them right quick and say, hey, I want to move my money out of that mess, right? And then move it over into a place where it will continue to grow. And then, you know, at that time, I always say, if a lot of employees now, it's a mandatory where you got to be a part of 401k because of the Secure Act 2.0. The Secure Act is telling every employer in America now you have to have a retirement plan, okay? So once you do that, now you roll the money out. Now you can try and do another plan, but it's different ways to do it. But that magic number of putting your money in safe ground is 59 and a half, and then we move it. Then after that, don't put no more money in there. Go ahead and build your something else. You know, get you a life insurance policy, or get you an annuity flow. We do annuity flows, and we got some crazy annuity flows coming up where people who don't have a mass amount of money. I think next month we're starting a program with 5K, and then it'll grow 5% every time you put money in there. So we got some amazing programs backed by some of the most amazing companies in America, guys. That's the power of money.
Awesome. Well, listen, Miss Marilyn and Mr. Cedric Pearson, we have reached the end of our hour. So we want to definitely thank both of you for taking the time to talk with us on tonight and for educating us on finances and, you know, just basically giving us a wealth of information on tonight. So I'm trying to unmute Miss Marilyn here so she can have some last words if she would like. Give us 1 second here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so Miss Marilyn, would you like to have some last words?
I just want to say thank you all for having us. I hope that we've been helpful. Finances can be a tricky subject. And if you don't have the help you need, it's real easy to make the wrong decisions. So reach out to us so that we can help you prepare for your future. And you'll be able to enjoy your life and be protected all at the same time. Thank you for having us.
And ladies and gentlemen, please look into our comments. Their number is there where you can reach them, reach out to them, and be blessed.
And we also shared a link for our financial empowerment movement this Saturday at 3 p.m. I put it in the private chat. If they want to sign up for that, come on and get some more information, guys. We're giving it away. No charge.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having
Listen, guys, so next time we'll be here next Monday, same time, same place. We love y'all. Peace.
Out.